So continuing where we left off last time, I showed you how to make those walls and make sure that they were the right size. Now we're going to go to File, Open, and I'm going to give you these pictures to use, and you are going to open this concrete looking file. We're going to make the ground now. So you're going to do Control A to select it, Control C to copy it, and Control V to paste it, and Control T to transform. First of all, let's name this the ground, and let's pull it down below, or pull the other layers on top of it so that the ground is underneath the walls. Okay. Now let's click on the ground layer and do the Control T, the transforming. Now this part might be a little bit tricky. We're going to do the perspective on the ground, so watch closely what I do. I'm going to hold the Control key in the top left corner, and I'm going to pull it down to like the middle, near the middle third of the wall, and make those corner points line up right against the other two walls. Then the part that's kind of tricky, hold the Control key and pull these bottom corners up so that the bottom is level with your image area. The tricky part is you're probably going to have to zoom out so that you can make it as wide as you need to at the bottom. So zoom out and then pull like the left-hand corner all the way over until you can't see that little white space anymore. Same thing, see that white space? We're going to hold the Control key and pull that just so that everything is covered on the bottom. So it's lined up with the bottom and there's no white space showing on the ground, and the top is the 1/3 of the wall. And then press the check mark, and now you can see that concrete looks like it's going at the perspective, so it makes it look more realistic. Alright, now we're going to put like some graffiti on the walls because nobody wants a plain boring wall. So you can copy and paste any of the pictures that you want. I'll provide a couple. You can even find your own if you prefer. So use the Control key, make it approximately the size of the wall. It doesn't have to be exact. And press the check mark. Now of course we need to move this up on top of the walls. So let's open the left wall folder and drag that graffiti in so it's on the top of that white wall. So it's kind of in the middle of the white wall and the grayer wall. And then we're going to make it a clipping mask. So go to Layer, Create Clipping Mask. See, now it only fills in the white wall below. It doesn't go anywhere else but inside there. So you can scale things and move it around so that whatever part of the art you want to show is showing. And then press the check mark. Alright, and I'm going to put my layer blending option on multiply so that I can still see some of the brick texture coming through. It makes it look more realistic. Now I'm going to open up another piece of graffiti for the right hand side wall. Once again, you can use the ones I'm giving you or find your own on Pixabay. So let's select all and copy it. Control V to paste, and we're going to put it in the right folder. So go over and drag it down into the right wall folder in between those two walls so that it's on top of the whiter wall, and go to Layer, Create Clipping Mask. Now you can see that artwork is only showing up in that white wall. And click and drag it by the corner holding the Shift key, and just find the positioning that you prefer. I think I'm going to move it over so that there's no text showing and I have just the art. And then press enter or the check mark, and I'm going to put it on multiply too so that you can see the brick showing through. It looks more realistic. Alright, I'm going to close those two folders out so you can see I have both of those walls done, the ground, everything's on a different layer. Now I'm going to put something here. Let's go to View, Show, and let's turn off our grid. We don't really need it anymore, and it's kind of distracting. So the next thing I want to do is try to copy and paste in some different backgrounds and pick which one I like the best. So I'm giving you a few. You're also welcome to find your own on Pixabay. I'm just going to copy and paste in a few different ones real quick to show you what they look like before deciding. Make sure that you drag them to below everything else. They should be your bottom layer. That looks okay, but I want to try some other ones too, so I'm going to speed this up so you can see some different ones, what they look like in there. It's very important where you place them to keep the perspective. Alright, I think I'm going to turn off that one and just keep this one. I like the way that skyline looks. I think it looks the most realistic. So now go to File, Open, and open up like this little fence panel. We're going to make a barricade type of thing. So select it and copy it and paste it. And then do Control T, hold the Shift key, and make it smaller, about that big. And press the check mark or Enter. Now we're going to go to Layer, Duplicate Layer. We want to make an exact copy of that layer. You don't need to name it now, just press OK. But go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. Because we're going to put these two pieces of fence together, to make it look seamless, you should flip it so that both ends that are meeting up are exactly the same, and then it looks more realistic. So now we have both of those fence panels. We're going to shift click on both layers to get them both, and then go to Layer, Merge Layers. So that way both of those fence panels will be on the same layer. Then go do that again, Layer, Duplicate Layer, and then go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal again. And then let's get the Move tool, and then just move it over so we're making our fence really long. Once again, shift click on both of those, and then go to Merge Layers, Layer, Merge Layers. Now we have a bunch of copies of that fence all on one layer. Alright, so you can do Control T to make it smaller, and let's put it behind our walls so that it's kind of like, looks like people can't just fall off the edge of our sidewalk and into the water. And just maneuver it around till it looks good. And then I'm going to move it on top of my road.